Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your April 2021 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to talk to you about the energies coming in for your sign in the month of April. Beautiful energies coming in. I know we've got the Tower coming up, but it's been pretty active for everyone in April. A lot of the signs have the Tower, and that's because it is hard to digest the change in energy that we're going through. And if we can't kind of figure out the momentum that we want, or we can't, I guess, sort of make the adjustments we need to make, it's kind of like the universe is coming in and making those adjustments for us. So keep the grip as loose as possible moving into April, Capricorns, and you're going to have a great month filled with a lot of new emotional energy coming in. I'm going to go into some intuitive messages for you in this reading, as well as a week-to-week forecast, and I'll do an extended reading for you guys on Patreon, which will be linked below. Let's get into it, Capricorns. So the main intuitive message that I'm feeling for you deals with seeing how different things are now and being able to enjoy that process while releasing what is just not here right now. So if you're a Capricorn who's gotten really connected to remembering the way that things once were, to questioning why things are not different than they are in the present moment, I think that really needs to be pushed aside. And I think that you need to start pioneering the things that you actually want. So any type of doom and gloom and worry should dissipate some this month. I mean, you still have Pluto very advanced in your sign, but things really should be a lot lighter than they were this time last year, because you had Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto there for all of 2020 pretty much. And now there should be a sort of diversion or a hope that comes in. Actually, hopeful experiences can come in for you this month that emotionally recharge you. You've got that beautiful Ace of Cups and Queen of Cups combination coming up, where your wisdom and your ability to rejuvenate your cause or your motivation is proliferating, and it's I think kind of predominating the month actually as well, where any slight tinge of sadness, Three of Swords, Eight of Cups, the Tower, can be seen as a hopeful sign or a hopeful motivating experience to get you moving. Okay, so stagnation, lack of movement, unwillingness to change a situation that doesn't feel good, polarity, wanting something really bad one day and then really not wanting it the next day. All of those things, I think, are a symptom of basically not allowing yourself movement, or not allowing yourself to trust your wants, okay? So with the really strong Aquarius energy that we have with Jupiter and Saturn being there, a lot of the experiences are very peripheral for you. Like, you might see that the most activating things are not really directed at you, or what that really means though is that you're not going to have any like really direct conflict. You're not going to have anything that shocks you or suddenly changes your experience for better or for worse, really. It's a nice, needed, relaxing point for you here in the month of April if you would like that. It's also an opportunity to experience something new. Eight of Cups has been coming up a lot this month too, and I think that it's really poignant. The message of moving into unknown territory, the message of, despite having a lot where you are, you can grab your walking stick and move forward into a new way of being. And you got to trust that process, I think. You've got the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands coming up as well. So it's like, what are you holding on to? Are you kind of looking at your world in a more zoomed out way, in a broader way? Are you looking at the new horizons, or is there a very pinpointed focus? I've talked about how important in this time of the year it is to broaden things out a little bit and to not get too obsessed with details. Otherwise, you can really bypass the comfort of Year of the Ox of 2021. It's a year that's really offering us sort of a broad ability to pick and choose what we do and don't want in our life without having to be too concerned over the details, which is so lovely. And Capricorn is one of those signs that can go either way with that. Like sometimes you guys really are not very perfectionist and already naturally are like that. And then there are some Capricorns who are very perfectionist. So just depending on your natural traits, I just want you to know that perfectionism does not yield very good results this year. And those efforts are not really seen or rewarded that much. So try to, and that's good, you know, to maybe be able to relax more, to be able to have more confidence in what you already have, and to not feel like changes always need to be made. Last intuitive message before we get into the week to week. Try to not carve out that much energy and space for things which don't participate with you. So people with their backs turned on you. There's a lot of turned backs. Eight of Cups, Three of Wands, and Two of Wands is kind of halfway. Instead of watching people whose backs are turned, maybe take your focus somewhere else. Maybe look to people who want to interact with you. Maybe look to yourself more. So basically, obsessing over that breakup or obsessing over lost friendships or people who've passed on or anything like that is not timely right now. It's ill, basically. It's not... ill is a strong word, but it's not good in the time. Like Pisces season was a good time. And we have to be seasonal with those things. Otherwise, our life becomes a life of a ghost, a life of obsessing over things which are not present, which are not here, which is not healthy, okay, in too high of quantity. Of course, a grieving process is normal. Like if you've had something recent like that, like bereavement is a really important process. So that would not apply to someone who's experienced a very strong loss recently. But if it's been like 5+ years, and you're still maybe struggling with that type of thing, it might be a good time to actually have some counseling, or but it needs to be with a counselor that's not too like perfectionist. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically, why not just do something that you enjoy? Why not enjoy your life? You know, more like with what's here and now. Okay, let's get into the week to week, Capricorn. Okay, in the first week of April, it looks like you're working through something, actually. You're kind of translating any heartbreak or sadness into work or into a work ethic or art or crafting or creation. I think the creative process is a really important part of your healing right now. So what do you enjoy creating? Is it music? Is it art? Is it photography? Is it writing? Something needs to be a channel for you. Because you've got a lot of energy to invest in it, aside from even sadness, aside from any of that difficulty. You've got a lot of more to give, and it seems that what you're creating might be really sought after by other people as well. So my Capricorn artists out there, this seems like a really good time, window of time in April of 2021 to hone your artistic gifts. And even to market those things or to make your business stronger through like new products or new creations or new crafts. It's surprising how successful it can actually be just by you showing up and just by you doing that. On the other hand, you might do it just for yourself too. Like it really is not something that has to be marketed or something that has to be a part of your job. I feel that it's really important for you to do something just for yourself also, or to create something just for yourself. To paint just for you, or to design something just for you, to design a plan or a course of action just for you, without the considerations of other people, without planning on how to get someone back or how to mend a bridge with someone, nothing like that, something just for you. You might be surprising how hard it is to not consider these other people or these past experiences, and that's why it's a good exercise for you to really test your psychology on how much you're prioritizing other people before yourself. Week number 2, you've got Ace of Cups rooted down by Eight of Cups. You're going to be emotionally recharged by walking away from something, by pioneering new territory, by trusting yourself enough again to grab that walking stick and move forward. That's going to bring you some nice emotional connections. I'm feeling that you are re-energized by taking a slight risk that deals with new territory or deals with pioneering in some way. And I feel that a new relationship can come from that for those of you who are single. And also, you're just not going to feel drained as much anymore. You're going to feel like you have more to give, more emotional energy. That's a beautiful week for you. Week 3, you've got Queen of Cups rooted down by 3 of Wands. So similar type of energy, really, really nice actually for hitting Taurus season there, your fellow earth sign. Beautiful to plant a garden during that time. Beautiful to heal emotional wounds just through standing and observing what's in front of you. It seems like a lot of you are wandering onto something great, having new property, or just experiencing like a terrain or a region that is really compatible with you. I don't know, going to the desert or seeing a rainforest or being in a beautiful tropical area and just seeing that vista really resets you or really emotionally heals a few things, like more so than maybe that counselor did, or more so than maybe, many videos on YouTube do. So be sure to set time for you to just like look at the world or just to look at your own self. And again, this isn't about other people. This isn't about looking out at this vista and being like, God, I remember when I was in love and I wonder how that person is doing. This is really, really tragic. It's not like that at all. Okay, it's got to be just about you. It's got to be like, wow, look at what I'm seeing in my human experience. Look what I'm observing. Look what the world really is, things like that, okay? So that you can heal up this like codependence thing, okay? Week 4, you've got 2 of Wands rooted down by the Tower, okay? It always happens. Things get really good and then that test comes up, or you heal up a lot of old minutia and then it has to be cleansed out, It's interesting. There's nothing that we can hold on to forever. Capricorn is a sign that gets really connected to security and guarantees and insurance and warranty and just any form of guarantee that, what I've forged or created in my life will have permanence. Try to detach from permanence. The Tower energy is coming in as a result of a need for permanence or a result of a need for a guarantee of some kind. We're all kind of in unknown territory right now, and the beauty of that is you can really get into that 2 of Wands mode and look at the world, look at your life, look at where things are going, and decide your next path with a lot more actual capability to fulfill that because of the unknown factor. Whereas if we knew everything, if we knew exactly where we'd be 10 years from now, if we knew exactly what we were going to require to do something, there would be no need to really hypothesize about what we could do because it would already be set in stone. And in that way, life would be tragic. So if you're frustrated about not really knowing for sure where things are heading, try to see it from that perspective. Try to understand that it is a way of the universe giving you a lot more freedom over your course of events. So why not have fun in getting in that driver's seat and making those choices? But with those choices comes a cleansing or purification of the previous guarantees or the previous connecting points. So it's like a life is life type of thing. It's a human condition thing as well. And rather than being upset about the unknown factor, I really urge people to be appreciative for the ability to consider things like this, okay? But we can go either way with it. But anyway, Capricorns, I hope you enjoyed this brief general reading. I'm going to put together an extended for you on Patreon where we'll look more into this. We'll talk more about methods to make this Tower energy as easy as possible. And we'll look at a few more cards to sort of guide this speaking session and the stream of consciousness further. So I also do weekly forecasts on Patreon, and you can get all the readings early, ad-free, and extended. And you can click the center of the video now to get that. So let's do that reading now, Capricorn. Much love. Bye.